Hey guys, welcome back to Chelsea Explain, as this is your match review of the Chelsea Brentford finishing 2-0. Goals from Palmer, Pedro, and we keeping a clean sheet, and Liam Rosenior is collecting his first win in the Premier League at home, which is very positive for us going forward. This is much needed for him and the players. And we weren't at our best levels today, let's be honest. The performance wasn't that great, but we managed to claw 3 points and a victory somehow. And that's the most important at the end of the day, of course. But performances needs to improve, especially defensively wise. I think we're gonna look fluid in possession when we are attacking and holding the ball. And we're gonna dominate a lot of games on the line, but I think defensively we were just all over the place and things can improve there. But of course, before we dive any deeper further into this video, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my page, and hit that notification bell down below so you never miss when the content drops. Okay, so let's dive in further to the match review. And we started with this lineup, a 4-2-3-1, where Palmer and James were back in the starting 11. And James had an alright performance, same with Palmer, but they weren't at their best. But I think a lot of players struggle out there today. Brentford were so good, and the only thing that Brentford missed in this game was being clinical, and they could have had like 3-4 goals. I think a lot of players are tired, and a lot of players needs to be rested, and of course the players are under probably pressure, and it's not easy to maybe be focused when there is a protest going on and a lot of turmoil on board level. And I think you can clearly see that Palmer is hurt. He needs to maybe be rested or have a surgery, but you could see videos after the game that he was sitting down and not feeling comfortable. He wasn't happy today either. He didn't celebrate after he scored a penalty. But it's just not that simple to go and have a surgery. It's so easy to sit and say here that the player should just go and just go and make a surgery, but that's not so easy to do. So we see what's gonna happen with Palmer. I think he desperately wants to be a part of the England national team in the Club World Cup, and this is affecting him. But I think this was maybe the strongest lineups we can play at the moment, and it got us over the line at least. But Brentford took charge of the game both in the first and second half. I think they put on an extra gear in the second half and came really close to score a couple of goals. But in the first half, we looked good in the first 15 minutes, I think, and then Brentford started to create some really dangerous chances from their winger, Schade, or how you pronounce it. They were getting into really dangerous positions inside the box. Also, the midfielders arriving late on the edge of the box that our players didn't track and were aware of. And that is something I have noticed, that our players is struggling to look what's coming behind them often. They need to be more aware of their surroundings, because I think throughout the whole game our defending was quite shockingly poor. I mean, I'm so surprised we kept a clean sheet. That's something needs to improve. And they were also hitting the post on a set piece. I think it was Jensen hit the post. And after around 25 minutes played or something, Enzo Fernandez was trying to make a pass to João Pedro. It deflected into his path, and he struck a first time finish with his weaker foot in the roof of the net. The goalkeeper couldn't do anything. What a strike that was from João Pedro. It's good he's getting on the score sheet so he can start building some momentum and and continue in this way. We also created a few chances from Palmer, as well as Neto dribbling past his man and making a low-driven cross on the far post, where he found Garnacho with an open net to manage to square it wide and miss completely. So we could have scored a couple of goals ourselves, especially in the first half. But somehow we managed to stay alive, get into halftime, leading 1-0, and the second half begins. And Brentford is hitting another gear here. They stepping up massively. And I'm so surprised over how good Brentford is this season. I mean, they're both good on the transition and when they're dominating and controlling the game. I mean, the midfielders had all space and time in the world at the same time. They weren't really marked or closed down. Maybe that explains why they looked so good. And when the midfielders had all the time in the world, it allowed them to easily find their forwards and create quality chances. There was one moment where we were counter-attacking. Neto got dispossessed. Cucurella couldn't close down his player, and they sending a through ball on Skade, or how you pronounce it, I don't know, who was through on goal, and somehow James managed to disturb him a bit, and Sanchez comes out making himself big and making a top save. So fair play to Sanchez. I have to say it, he's a fantastic shot stopper at times. And Liam Rosenior is active here, proactive. He's not reactive like Maresca, who waits forever to make a decision. Liam Rosenior sees that we struggle. We are tired, we're losing control of midfield. Brentford is having way too easy to do whatever they want. So he makes a couple of substitutions and takes out Garnacho and Pedro, I thought. Yeah, it was Tosin. And Santos comes in and Fofana. So we're switching to removing one attacker, a winger, Garnacho. We move Palmer to right hand side, Neto to left hand side. Enzo Fernandez goes up in the 10 position. And we have Santos and Caicedo in the pivot. So we have better protection in the midfield. It helped a little bit, but Brentford just continued to create chances anyway. Thiago, the striker, is in superb form, was close to get a goal. He's heading just outside the post. We continue to bring in some fresh legs in the lap coming in. João Pedro goes out. He was tired as well, so we're getting in fresh legs. And Brentford decided to throw the game away by making a shocking pass inside their own box. Kelleher, the goalkeeper, makes a poor touch as well, and the lap is getting into the challenge. He gets fouled. We've been awarded a penalty, and Palmer slots it home, and we're leading 2-0, and I couldn't believe what I saw. I never thought that we could have this luck with us, but for once it goes our way. And Liam Senior continued to see how we're struggling, and he makes further changes. Josh Archimpong comes in, as well as Heito, and we're switching to a back 5. Just trying to sit in a low block, having more bodies at the back, trying to do everything to hold on to the lead and just see out the game, and we managed to do that. Now it can be dangerous to invite opponents, because you're inviting pressure to yourself. The opponents will be able to stay for longer periods in your own half and create chances. But ultimately, this is maybe what we have to do at the moment. Liam Rosenior won't be able to fix everything. He's going to need a bit of time. I think we're going to see improvements further on, of course. But of course, this type of performance can't go on forever. So we need to be a bit quick, especially in terms of fixing our defensive issues. In terms of player performances, I don't think there were many players that were great today. João Pedro, of course, was in the first half with a fantastic finish and working really hard. I thought Sanchez was superb. He showed up today in terms of collecting crosses and saving many important shots. I also think Palmer was decent. You can see that he's struggling heavily, but he still fought for 90 minutes, did what he could while still being injured when he's playing, and he slotted that penalty home. Enzo Fernandez was decent in possession, but not good when he was defending. I think the backline did a decent job as well. Just to end shortly on the protest. I mean, it's good that people showing up and trying to protest against the owners, but it could have been more targeted and directed against Blue Co. Some of the fans were singing Enzo Maresca. They were singing that they don't like Tottenham. I mean, we can do better than that. And why the protest needs to continue is because of Blue Co's project and model and how many millions they have wasted so far on rubbish. This is the squad we're showing after the amount of money we spent. I mean, we should have an absolute elite squad at this moment of time. And look, it wasn't a free-flowing attacking football from Lime Rosenior today, but we got a job done and we can move on from here. Imagine if we would have lost today. I mean, that would not have been great. So let me know, guys, in the comments down below what you think of the performance. Who was your man of the match? Are you worried about some of our defensive issues and so on? Let me know that in the comments down below, and I will of course happily read that. And I catch you guys later for the next video. Bye.